Come on!
Hey toy collectors, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. Today, we're talking about the Cobra Viper. I realized I did not introduce the entire panel in the last video, so we're going to do little intros real quick today. We've got Mike Bro from the Bro Show here. We've got Rose and Tony from RetroCon. Hi. And Tony brought the Viper because it's his favorite G.I. Joe figure from the vintage line. Excellent choice, I might say.
Well, thank you.
He came, he saw, he washed.
The Viper is coming.
I was never into G.I. Joe as a kid. I was into Transformers and Star Wars and Mask and a couple others, but never really had an affinity for G.I. Joe. But when I first started dating Rose in the early 2000s, she had a bunch of G.I. Joe figures, and this one really kind of stood out to me. I thought maybe this is the Moto Viper because it looked like a motorcycle helmet on. Then I found out he's a Viper, and he's kind of a basic soldier. I like to think of him a little more as an elite soldier, like a step above the Cobra Troopers, but apparently he's a low-level kind of grunt. But I really love the color scheme. I love the big helmet. I love the silver face. This whole thing just comes together very well.
I always thought his gloves were really cool too for some reason. The padded, arm
gauntlets,
gloves. Yeah.
You hear that? I'm the one that got him into it.
It's true.
Something I never knew. I've just now learned something. And Tony didn't collect G.I. Joe as a kid.
I had a few. I had a Destro, Tripwire, and Zartan. That's really it.
Huh.
Wow. Yeah, no.
Zartan was a cool one though, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just love the fact that this guy here, he looks like a trooper for Cobra Commander specifically because of the mirrored mask.
Yeah, he looks a little more elite than a regular trooper, though apparently that's not the case.
Well, I mean, he's got his arms exposed, so
yeah,
you know that's more cannon fodder right there than that cloth that they used to
tough.
wear.
I think he had good accessories. I mean, it's just a backpack and a gun, but the backpack is nice and the gun is amazing. It's just super cool looking. It's got like a grenade launcher mounted underneath of it and everything. Cool magazine on it. Just looks really good.
And if you have a bunch of them, it looks very uniform.
Oh, yeah.
To get that's what's really cool. Like the same with the old Cobra Troopers, but they just look bulkier. They look like they're ready for battle, as opposed to a Cobra Trooper who's like, I got a jumpsuit on.
They look a little more confident than a Cobra Trooper.
Yeah,
exactly. They look like
they've got more
somebody.
padding. They've probably got a bulletproof vest on. They keep them alive. I mean, they're always getting shot, so they have.
This is Cobra Troops. They got that's just like glass on their face.
But
they get shot, they're gone. That's it.
If you look at his red armor, though, I would say that he's definitely got a bulletproof vest on.
Yeah, that vest
might be
I think is
tactical vest.
And have you ever seen a Cobra Commander when his faceplate is attacked in any way? It bounces off. You never know. It could do that with his.
I don't know if they would spend that money.
There's one issue of the comic where one of the Viper's helmets gets damaged and you can see his eye through it. Like the thing is cracked and you can see like a scared eye through it.
That's why it's the goggles, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, then you put the goggles on.
Yeah, I always wondered about the goggles. Like that was the one thing. I was like, why do they have goggles when they have this here already? But okay.
Maybe you can assume that faceplates can retract or come out, and they could just wear the goggles.
That would be cool. Just slide up like that. I could see that. Now, you got to wonder, do they have to wear the baklava underneath that? Does that just get really hot? Because
I don't think they do, because in the cartoon you see like their neck, skin.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess it depends, if it's going by the toy line or the cartoon or the comic.
Right. No, I remember having maybe 3 of those as a kid. But when I got back into collecting, was it 2003, 2004, and they came out with Joe versus Cobra, and then Valor versus Venom. And they had the purplish colored ones that were a little bit taller than regular figures, but they look nice. I got like 10 or 20 of those. But when they came out, the ones that were colored like this, I got like 60 in storage.
The multi-sets they had of these guys?
Yeah.
There was like a 6-pack of these guys that had bat legs instead of legs. They were pretty cool.
And even though I didn't bring them with us, we actually have the G.I. Joe Crimson set. You remember that?
Oh yeah,
for the club.
The club one,
those
the
were
one
sharp.
that came out
red,
in
red Viper.
several years. What year was that when that came out for that convention?
2004, maybe 2003.
Sounds early 2000s.
But I know we have the Crimson
Vipers. That's cool.
Vipers with that set.
And again, to see like maybe 5 or 10 in a row just looks really cool. Like I think that's a great army builder and better than even some of the stranger ones like your Techno Viper or whatever, where it's more specialty. That's just your troop builder right there, done.
There's a really small detail on them that I always thought was really cool though. On the back of their helmet, he has like this little technical like
Yeah.
like panel. It almost makes you think like it could have been a head for a robotic trooper, you know. But
Yep.
clearly he's got the flesh arms and everything. But for some reason, I just always thought that little detailing on the back was really cool.
I always thought it was something that would plug into and download, like maybe a video that was recording for their time being or whatever, because they didn't have transmission capability at the time. But it recorded their stuff, so Cobra can be like, oh, this one ran out and did his thing right. This one, oh, marks for him. He's gonna get written up and bitten by a snake tonight. You know, that's what I always thought.
This one gets a gold star.
Gold stars right on the eyes.
And you used to have a uniform like this, right? That you dress up
I
right
did
cons?
actually, yeah, for a while, yep.
That's cool.
And the G.I. Joe, the finest club for a while, yep.
Oh man, you should dress up like that sometime and just walk around the mall. See how
Yeah,
well that
he
goes.
actually-
Yeah, I'm sure they'll go very well.
Yeah. They love it when you dress up as a terrorist and walk
Yeah.
around the mall.
It was funny because whenever they talk about walking around the mall, what was it? In September, we were promoting RetroCon,
Right.
and I walked around the mall as a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Mike was there for a while, the guys were there, and I was walking around, and I had my gun in my holster and everything, and all these young teenagers are running up and wanting photos. Even the storekeepers were running
Right.
up wanting photos.
Also, it came fresh in 2009, that G.I. Joe movie, Rise
Yep.
of Cobra. We dressed up, we had it pre-approved. The club was there, and I was dressed as the Viper at that event, and so that would not happen in this day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But the time was fun. You know, everyone enjoyed it. And
Yep.
It was a great night.
And it's just a fun figure, plain and simple. Do you polish his boots? That's the question.
I don't.
No.
All right, thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos.
And Yo Joe.
Rock on.